Hi everyone, welcome to another tutorial on FTL. Today I'm going to be working on another really difficult ship, and this ship is going to be the Stormwalker, or the Slug B. Now this is considered a challenge ship, right up there with the NGB, maybe one of the two most difficult ships to play in the entire game. So why is this ship hard? Well, to start off with, you might look around for your medical bay or your clone bay, and you're not going to find one. That's right. All of your healing is going to come from this guy, a heal bomb, which uses ammunition, and if you hit, you'll heal everything in that room, all your friendlies, up to 100%. This is in no way, shape, or form an adequate replacement for a medical bay or a clone bay. But that's what you got to deal with. And you'll notice that your second weapon is the Artemis, which is a nice missile launcher, but it's going to use ammunition as well. So if you thought that running out of ammo on a Rock A was bad, it's nothing compared to running out of ammo on the Stormwalker. Not only are you going to lose your ability to fight, but you're also going to lose your ability to heal your own crew, which just is going to lead to a horrible situation. So you need to manage your ammunition with extreme care on this ship. Running out of ammunition is pretty much a guaranteed way to send yourself back to the hangar. And because we're so dependent on ammo, of course, one of the first things we want to do is get some other weapon in here that doesn't use ammunition to support us. The other thing that you might notice is that this ship is actually designed as a boarding ship. It comes installed with a teleporter. And slugs are not the greatest boarders. I mean, they are the best race, that's obvious, but they aren't great at boarding. They only have 100 health, normal health, and they have normal damage, same as a human. So against mantises or rocks, they're at a serious disadvantage, and certainly against Lanius. But yet we have to board with them to pretty much successfully win most of our early battles. So the premise here is that you're going to board with your slugs, and you're going to use your Artemis and your heal bomb to, use this to take out a medical bay, and use this to, keep your healthier boarding slugs up. So you're going to be firing these off, just even though you're really just boarding. And when we consider that when we board in this ship in the initial state, we're only going to have one pilot left on board, and both the other slugs are going to be over in the enemy ship fighting. So what does that make us? Well, that kind of makes us pretty much as vulnerable as an NGB. Even more so because we don't have any repair drones. So a single straight piece of damage to your weapons, and now you can't fire your missiles or, God forbid, fire your heal bomb. A single stray point of damage to your shields, and you're going to be shieldless, and you can send your pilot to go repair the shields, but you're going to take you're going to drop your evasion to 0, and you're going to take a ton of damage before you get that up. So you have to be extremely careful with this ship, and we're going to be looking to kind of reinforce our weapons and reinforce our shields very, very quickly in this game, so that we don't take 1 point of damage and just start a cascade that sends us back to the beginning. Now, what does this ship have going for it? Well, one thing that it does have is it has, and easily, the best layout of any ship in the entire game. It has airlocks all over the place, and if most of the areas are circular, which means if you have a boarder, you can not only vent the room that they're in, but you can vent the rooms that they're going to go into, and you can do this while keeping the doors shut. And you start out with level 2 doors. So if you have a boarder, you're going to be able to asphyxiate them with no problem. Mantises, rocks, doesn't matter. Whatever boards you in this ship, you're going to run them out of air until they teleport back to their ship. And it's very easy to do, and you're going to have to do it a lot. You're going to have to rely on that because you don't want to be fighting hand-to-hand when you don't have to, because that's going to cost you a heal bomb. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started. I'm just going to say, in order to get this ship to work, you're going to have to pull out every single trick and technique that you know for FTL. Every little nuance is going to come into play. So if you're not an expert in, say, fighting hand-to-hand, you're going to have to learn how to do that. And hopefully when you watch this, you'll see some of the things that I'm doing when I move my guys around to give me advantages when I'm fighting hand-to-hand. I name all my slug ships after Game of Thrones families. We're going to be playing on hard, and we're going to enable AE, so let's just go ahead and get started. Now you'll notice that we don't have quite enough energy to power everything, and we are going to need our teleporter and both our weapons on to be effective in combat. So we're going to be fighting a lot with our oxygen off until we get into a better state. What do we want to avoid? Well, we want to avoid ships. Certainly we want to avoid Zoltan ships because we're going to have to use our Artemis. We want to avoid auto drones if we can, because we can't board them. Also dangerous to us are ships that have drones, especially defense drones. If you run into something with a defense drone in a medical bay, it's pretty much you're not going to be able to kill it at all at this stage of the game. So there will probably be some fights that we just say this isn't worth it and run away from. Unfortunately, we have 2 whole engines, so better than the NGB in that area. So let's take our first jump and see what we find, and we jump straight into a pulsar, and it's a pulsar with a med bay and a mantis and a rock and an NG. So excuse me, a difficult crew to take out, and he's got a fair amount of weapons. This is going to be a tough fight here, so we're going to have to neutralize his weapons. We're going to have to neutralize his med bay, and his NG is going to pick those up right away. But we definitely want to concentrate on using our missile launcher to start. And the first thing we're going to do is try and take out his weapons. Okay, so we were successful in that. So now our shields are going to go down. And we're going to let them go down because what we really don't want is our weapons ionized at this point. And this bomb is going to go through our shields anyhow, so we're okay with that. So at this point, I would say, he's only got, it's going to take 2 more hits with the Artemis to take him out, or 3 more hits. So we're just going to basically kill this guy. We'd love to board him. And there, he's going to surrender. He's going to give us a missile back. He's going to give us 8 scrap, which at this point of the game is about what we would get from killing him. So let's go ahead and take this, save the 2 missiles, and we get 1 missile back. So we lose 1 missile and we get 8 scrap. And we don't have to worry about getting wasted in a pulsar. Now, you might be more bold in a ship like Kestrel or a Mantis B or something like that. But remember, your Mantis B, when you send your boarders over, you got a defense drone and 2 layers of shields and all that sort of good stuff. Here, you're basically a sitting duck as soon as you send your guys over. So here we have a ship that's got 3 human crews. It's got a heavy laser and a flak gun. That's dangerous, the flak gun right there. But he's got a teleporter, so he's going to send one of his guys over. We're going to show you what I mean about this ship is great against boarders, because whoever he sends over, we're just going to asphyxiate to death. So we're going to want to board this ship as quickly as possible. We're going to use our Artemis to try and knock back his weapons, and we should be able to kill off both of his crew, and maybe save ourselves a heal bomb until the end. So let's see how it goes. So we're going to take all of our guys and we're going to shift them so that they can get to the teleporter more quickly. And they're decided that they're going to jump away, so we have to be pretty quick on this one. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump in on the engineer, and that's going to force his pilot to come down here, and hopefully we'll get enough licks in on the engineer that by the time the pilot gets there, we'll have an advantage in fighting. So let's go ahead and jump him. And now here comes this poor boarder, and we're just going to vent this room, and we're going to go ahead and vent the room that he can go into. Now he might try and break down this door and go to my doors, but again, he's that room is going to vent and run out of oxygen before he can even get to my doors. So this guy, he's not going to be able to do anything there. Let's take our Artemis and we'll put that on the weapons. We only took 1 damage, so yeah, he's decided to burst through the doors. He's going to go for the shields. But that's fine, so we'll go ahead and vent this room right here. So if he breaks into the shields, we can immediately vent him. As far as this combat is going here, we were able to jump him and we got a nice 14-point lead on him. And I think we should be able to kill him off and get a nice 2-on-1. Okay, so off fan is going down. And this should allow us to kill him. Now here comes this guy who's been asphyxiating. And we have an 18-on-7, so we should be able to kill him as well. So we were able to kill off 3 crew there and not use a single heal bomb to do it. Now we're going to use the heal bomb now, obviously, when we bring them back. But this is what we, we're going to have to run real close because every single missile counts here. Now, also be careful. If you've got borders, you're venting your ship. And, I vented my teleporter. But I don't have sensors, so I wouldn't see that immediately. So make sure that when you bring your crew back, especially if they're only sitting at 14 health, that you've got actually air in your teleporter, because there's nothing more embarrassing to bring them back and have them immediately die. So let's go bring... Oh, why is it still... I thought that would have air yet or by now, so... I almost proved my point. So let's go ahead and heal them. And get everybody back into their stations. We're going to let our oxygen build up just a touch before we move on. Now we already have 26 scrap. And as I said, the worst thing that could happen is we lose our weapons while we're boarding. Because if we can't heal or we can't use our Artemis, we can get into real big trouble really fast. And if we lose our borders, well, the game's pretty much over. The next critical thing is our shield. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw a point into our weapons right now, even though we don't have 3. But this way, if we take a point of damage, we're still going to have our Artemis and our heal bomb ready to go. And as soon as I get another 19 scrap, I'm going to put a point into shields, and then go up to level 2 shields immediately after that. Most ships that I play, I won't go up to level 2 shields until I have the 50 scrap to spend, because it's better to keep that, that 20 scrap around, just in case some other opportunity comes up to spend it, rather than investing it in getting this half shield level, which really doesn't help you much in many other ships. And I'm going to pause it here just for a second, and I will be right back. Back from real life interruption, and we will proceed on to our next jump. Not really interested in the store here. We're going to go down here and check these nodes out. Let's go ahead and explore that asteroid field. That didn't pay off very well. 5 damage, a fire, and our oxygen is blown up. You can't be too risk averse. Check out this distress beacon. Nope, we're not going to do this one because this is one of the ones that can kill your crew when you don't have any crew to spare. So we're going to ignore this request and move on. And an asteroid field, not something we really wanted. Okay, so they got, looks like a Zoltan and a rock. Basic weapons loadout, no medical bay, so but we are in an asteroid field, so these weapons are going to hurt us. So we're actually, let's stay on board and try and take out those weapons. Okay, we survived the first volley. So I'm going to go ahead and... Oops. board this ship. So I'm going to drop in on his shields over here. That'll pull everybody over. And the rock should take a long time to get there, so we should have some a good chance to whack this, I guess it might be a human. Maybe it's a human. Oh, I was right, it's a Zoltan. So we're going to beat up on this Zoltan before that rock even gets here, and this is going to give us a chance to take out his weapons if we really feel like we need to. I think we're probably going to be okay. So we're going to have to swap our guys around here so we can take this rock down. And we got 2 missiles out of that, so that should replace the 2 missiles that we had to fire. So let's retrieve our guys. Drop the healing bomb on them. Get our oxygen turned on. Now I heard this module, or this room here. I could have swore I heard a breach somewhere. Oh, maybe it wasn't. Could have swore I heard a breach. Maybe it was their ship getting breached. Let's just look around. Yeah, it looks like it was him that got breached, not me. Oh, no, of course it was me that got breached, but I forgot I've got the slug repair gel, so that took care of the breach for me. Everything gets explained. Alright, so we got some extra scrap, our missiles got replaced, and we are on to the next jump. Let's go check this guy out. Oh, decisions. So if I take his shields down, it'll cost me a minimum of 3 missiles to do it. And he's got a pike beam, and this looks like some sort of ion weapon. So that's a combination I just really am going to try and avoid. So we'll let this one pass. Oop. Or I'll hit the wrong button and we will duke it out. Because that's the manly way to do it. So as I was saying, this ship does not afford you any mistakes, and what did I do? I went ahead and made a terrible mistake. Let's see if we can get our shields up. Knocked it back out again. We need to board this guy right away. Let's get everybody onto the working on the shields. Roper and Felicity, you're gonna go to our teleporter because you're at full health. Block will go pilot. Get our teleporter all charged up. He doesn't have any way to heal. Let's go ahead and drop on his engines here. And for good measure, let's put another missile on him, and we're going to put it into his weapons. That takes out his pike beam. We're just going to watch this battle closely here. Okay, it does not look like we're going to... We're not going to win this one, so we're going to drop the heal bomb and heal up now. We got a free crew member, only 7 scrap and nothing to replace all those missiles we just used. So that was definitely not worth it, as I had predicted. We have 20 scrap, so we're going to go ahead and put an extra point into shields now. Had we had that before we had screwed up on this ship, it would have allowed us to avoid taking that shield damage, but we did not. So hopefully, you know, I paid for that mistake, and hopefully I can recover from it. Do we have time for terraforming? Of course we do. We'll scan the planet, but nope, we don't get anything out of it. Now, this ship I'm going to go ahead and fight. But we have turned our shields off, so that's always a bad thing. He's got a clone bay, so we're going to have to take that out, and he's got 3 crew, 2 of which are mantises. So with the mantis, and we're already, you know, the guy that's going to board, we're going to use Felicity here. Where is Felicity hanging out in the weapons bay? You know, we're definitely going to need to use the heal bomb. So, and he's got 3 crew, so we're going to have to trick his, took out our teleporter. So we'll do that to keep things calm for a little bit. And let's go ahead and, I mean, we're gonna have to use a heal bomb anyhow in action. So let's go ahead and drop in on his shields, which should pull the NG and this guy over here. Actually, let's just go ahead and drop in on his clone bay. We're gonna have to take that out anyhow. No, we're going to drop in on shields because that way we can shoot the clone bay without hurting our own guys. So we'll drop in on the shields. That pulls... But it pulled both mantises. So we're going to have to make sure we drop this heal bomb pretty quick because these mantises are going to do a lot of damage to us. So as soon as I see block here get down to 30, yeah, now we're going to... Better safe than sorry, drop it now. And he's got his weapons back up, but hopefully by now, because this repaired first, they're not going to be in sync at all. So we should be able to go for a couple rounds without having to worry about that combo connecting. Okay, so that's the first mantis down. Now we are going to need to take out his clone bay here. That should do it. And now we can take out the NG. And thankfully we got a weapon out of this, so this is going to help us out a lot. Even though it's just a simple burst laser Mark 1, takes 2 power. We actually have an extra power in the weapons. We already spent for that. We got 2 missiles out of it, but now we don't have to rely on the Artemis as much. Especially if we, you know, when we meet those Zoltan ships or something like that, or we meet a auto drone, we can use this burst laser to kind of work him over. So that's very, very helpful. Let's get our oxygen turned back on, and everybody's hurt. So let's go meet in the central room, and everyone will enjoy a communal heal burst and get back on station. So, I'm going to go ahead and just station these guys in the teleporter. And I'm looking for 30 scrap here to bump myself up to level 2 shields, remember? Let's see. I think we can go get these 3 and exit, maybe? We'll take the middle route just to be safer. So yeah, so we're going to download the stores. Well, we didn't have to fight them. So that's an asteroid field. I'd prefer to avoid the asteroid field at this point, so we're going to do these 2 up here. Get the storage cache. So this combination can hurt us. We'll go arm our guns and our shields here. But he has no shield, so we're going to use our burst laser to just hopefully take him out here. Unfortunately, his heavy laser is going to hit before his ion, so get some hits in. Yeah. It's one of those combinations that doesn't sync up correctly at the beginning, so if you see a ion and a heavy laser, you should know you should be able to take that that first burst he's going to do, and it's just going to be kind of harmless even with one shield. Don't really care that I'm missing. It's every shot gives my gunner guy an extra point in his skill, so I'm fine with that. Let's go investigate the station. Oh, we find a chain burst laser. So now we actually have some decent weapons here. If we go up to 4, we've got essentially 4 burst for 4 power. So we're going to be looking to do that relatively soon, but we did get the scrap we needed to go up to a full level 2 shield. So we don't really have enough energy to kind of use that right now and take advantage of it, unless we run into, if we run into something that has only a burst of 2 and no missiles, we could just turn off our engines and turn on our shields. We should be completely immune to that type of ship. And that's really kind of what we're looking for, because that's going to give us the advantage we need. At this point, no, I don't want to sell any of my missiles. Later on, this is one of the reasons why I don't like to carry missiles, because this event happens pretty frequently, and you can make getting a lot of extra scrap just by selling off your missiles. So for now, we'll ignore it, because we have to rely on that for healing. But I think we can afford 5 missiles, which will get us something. 25 scrap. So that's 5 scrap per missile, so that was much better than the last station. And this is going to give us 42 scrap, and we're going to go ahead and sink that into power right now. And now we have a pretty good, we got the full charge on the shields, we got some laser weapons if we need them. So right now we're looking at either storing up scrap to get something like a defense drone, which is really, really helpful and really something that we want to pick up quickly, or getting us up to a total of weapons of 4 so that we can use this burst laser and the chain laser at the same time. So let's see, we have a choice between rock controlled and civilian sector. If we go do the rock controlled, we have a nice long string of green followed by some red. I'd prefer to do it that way. I'd rather do the red at the end than the green at the beginning. So with that in mind, we're actually going to take a chance. We're going to go to the rock controlled. Rock controlled, it's going to be harder to do because we're going to be concentrating on boarding. But we should still be able to do fairly well at this point. So we got 2 rocks and a clone bay. So what we can do is let's go ahead and start our heal burst charging. We're going to use our burst laser first to knock out his weapons, and then we're going to use it to take out his clone bay, and then we'll board him. Be nice if we can time our burst laser to... Oh, that was fortunate. He got his shields hit by a lucky asteroid hit. So this should allow us to get his weapons. And I'm going to go ahead and just teleport over now. Actually, no, I stand corrected. I've made this mistake before of teleporting into a ship in the asteroid field with its shields down. So we're going to see if he can get his shields back up. Okay. Now we're going to teleport in. We're going to drop on the weapons guy. And we use our burst laser to knock out the clone bay. That did more damage than I wanted, so we're really gonna have to cross our fingers here that this guy doesn't take an asteroid hit and kill off our borders. Let's go drop that heal bomb. Really sweating here. He's taking lots of asteroid hits. Okay. Whew. Wow. One bad asteroid and that would have been 2 borders dead, but we pulled it off. We got a nice chunk of fuel. Got some nice scrap. It's good because we were down to 7 fuel. And let's get our guys out of there. Get our oxygen turned back on. Heal our dudes. And get back on station. So we'll let our teleporter decharge so we can put power back into our engine. And we're on to our next one. So that was... let's see, let's promise to share the truths with them that they've been denied. Excellent. So we got a rock. So he's definitely going to be a boarder. So let's, Nathan seems to be doing okay. So we'll put Nathan and Yaz as our dedicated boarding crew now. Still going to get another extra piece of power here, so just to kind of be guaranteed. And the next thing that we're going to want to do is get that next weapons power. I don't think we don't have anything we can really sell. At this point we could probably sell the Artemis. The slug gel you can pretty much always sell. It's nice, but it's not a need. Certainly I've done lots of runs with every other ship without slug repair gel. And with a crew of 5, we can run around and repair things. But still not enough to really warrant going to a store yet. So let's see. Let's go here and then here, and then we'll see how much scrap we have. If we've got a fair amount... Oh wait, no, the store is here. Well, let's go down here, and if we get a lot of scrap, we can head to the store. If not, we'll go and, tool around in here. So let's choose this node. And here we have a mercenary. So let's go ahead and fight this guy. He's got a teleporter, so we're going to take advantage of this by letting him teleport over to us while we board him and kill his crew and knock out his weapons. And the poor dude that teleports over, we're just going to suffocate him to death. Unless, of course, he landed directly on our teleporter, so let's go over, start hitting his weapons, and we'll just start going ahead and venting. And he managed to put a bomb directly into our weapons, so that's not good. Since I managed to knock off half his health just by asphyxiating him, when he teleports back, he's an easy kill. And hopefully I can knock out this burst laser before it fires again. Oh, he only got one shot off. Harmless. And Block got hurt too, so let's all go down here. Go meet Block, or Felicity, who's doing her repairs. Drop the heal bomb in, and everybody go back. Looking for 35 scrap for that weapons upgrade. So 18, not enough to hit the store. There really isn't anything, that we can buy at this point that we're really going to want. Maybe the only thing would be long-range scanners. Okay, so a simple rock. It's got 2 lasers, so we're going to be immune to it. It's got a clone bay that we're going to have to take out. But we can take our time, so let's just charge up our... I don't want the charge laser. Let's charge up the burst laser and work over his clone bay until we knock it out, and then we can go board him and kill him. Easier said than done, I guess. Okay, so it's level 2, so we're going to need to hit it again. That's fine, we're in no rush. Okay, now it's knocked out. Let's go power up our teleporter and we will drop in on him. Got the heal bomb ready to go. Maybe we'll need it, maybe we won't. Oh! Now that just kind of moved things along a little faster than I wanted. Okay, so... yeah, well, we're definitely going to need the heal bomb now. And Nathan just got his 10% bonus in crew damage, so that's cool. And piece of cake. Another 5 fuel, 19 scrap. So that gives us the 35 that we wanted for our next level of weapons. And now this is going to allow us to use the burst laser and the chain laser at the same time. So now this is quite a relatively potent weapons combination. So we're okay with our weapons, especially with the Artemis to back us up. We're good with our weapons for a while now. We're not going to be looking to upgrade our weapons unless we see something really nice in a store that just says, we have to buy it, like a flak or a burst laser 2 or a pike beam or something along those lines. And for the next couple, if we run into an auto drone or something we can't board, we'll just power up the lasers and take them out. So we're gonna have to get, so let's go take this path here, I guess. We can always hit these 2 guys after. See what we find. Evasive maneuvers. Attempt a controlled detonation. 4 hit points of hull damage. And you know what? Well, that kind of changed my opinion about this store. We're going to drop in on this store just because we're down to 10 hull. And we're going to use sell off that Artemis and heal up. Excuse me. Now weapons pre-igniter is always nice. This flak would be really nice, but we don't need it right now. So we got 12. We can fix 6 with what we have, or we can sell the Artemis and heal all the way up. Let's go ahead and sell the Artemis and heal ourselves up to 20. And save that last 11 for later. Okay, so that's a dead end. So do you want to hit the store now and these guys, or do you want to hit these 2 up here and then the store? Let's go hit this one, and then the store. Again, there's probably not going to be anything in that store that we can afford or want. No, we're not going to sell any more missiles. Simple ship to take out. Should cost us a single heel bomb. So what we can do here is we're actually going to try and going to take a shot at the pilot, just because we want to wound him, because we want to be able to get the not have to use 2 heal bombs here. Okay, so that's on fire too, which doesn't really matter because they're rocks. So we'll let them put out the fire and repair, and let this guy go back to whichever guy is wounded. We'll go jump in on him. Although I guess with them both sitting there, we could take. Let's go ahead and take one more shot. That's fine. So now they're both a little bit hurt. So when we jump in on him, we should be able to kill both of them with just the human and the rock. And then we'll only need one heal bomb when we return. So let's turn that off, turn on our heal bomb, turn on our teleporter. And let's see. Yeah, he's only had 60 hit points left. And this guy's going to come in and he's down to 105. Save ourselves a missile. Crystal lockdown bomb. Well, that makes things very interesting. Not something that I was expecting to see in this sector. So what the crystal lockdown bomb allows us to do is essentially use, throw that at any room and nobody can get in. So we can throw it on a med bay and then teleport over to the med bay and take it out with our boarders. Now that's cool if we had really strong boarders, but right now with just a human and a rock, they're really not going to be able to take out a room quickly enough to take advantage of the lock bomb. So let's hit this store. Nothing here we really need. How much is the lock bomb? Sells for 22, so it sells for a nice price. We don't need to sell it now because there's nothing we have to buy here. If this had a defense drone, yeah, we would sell off that lock bomb and we would sell off the slug gel to buy it, but nothing else here is really all that important. So we'll let this one pass and head to the exit. Okay, so they're going to upgrade our sensors, but we don't have any sensors, so forgot to drop a heal bomb on our borders, so let's go ahead and do that now. Choice between the NG homeworlds or the Zoltan homeworlds. Well, we don't have an NG, so the NG homeworld event, which is essentially getting the stealth fighter and getting the titanium casing, which is nice because you can sell it off for 40. We're not going to be able to do that until we have an NG. The Zoltan one, though, we can pop that at any time. So let's go to the Zoltans and hope to get a Zoltan shield. And we got it right away. Excellent. So we will hear them out. And we've got a quest marker, and this quest marker is either going to give us Envoy, which is a fully trained Zoltan, or a Zoltan shield. So let's head straight there. No reason to delay. Let's participate in the study. Hopefully we'll get some stiff dough as well as some scrap. And hit this quest. So this is perhaps the easiest quest in the game. So we're going to attempt to hail them. There could be reconciliation, true progress only by bloodshed, and we get envoy. Not the best. We would have preferred the Zoltan shield, but beggars can't be choosers. Now we can put envoy in the shield bay, have fully powered shields, and Zoltans are always great. We have now an extra energy, so we can power that up, and we have 60 scrap. So now we're definitely, a store would be great. Since we have good weapons, we're not afraid of these nebulas anymore. We are running also low on fuel. Okay, so my least favorite thing in the world, Pulsar. So he's got, looks like a chain laser and a missile launcher. He's got 2 shields. And 3 crew and a teleporter. So he's going to teleport one of his guys over. We're going to board him immediately and right into his clone bay and hopefully try and take that out. We shouldn't have any problem with his crew. And we're going to move envoy out of here and to our engines. Because we're going to lose our shields anyhow. So let's keep our engines powered up. Let's go ahead and drop our boarders in on his clone bay. We're slowly suffocating our poor boarder here to death. This missile's gonna take out our doors. So our shields are down, but we do have some engines left, and we're gonna drop 4 shots into his weapons right now. And hopefully that will eliminate that as a threat. Let's go and kind of move him into our engine room. Yeah, so no threat from his weapons any longer. We'll keep asphyxiating this guy. Now we'll just fight him hand to hand. This battle seems to be going just fine. But we are going to have to take out his clone bay in short order. Okay, and he's teleported back over, so we're gonna kill Kara here, and we're gonna clear out. Ooh, fire. Gonna clear out that way. Let's clear out this way. So Yaz has got enough hit points. I think he can take out both of those guys. I don't have my heal bomb charged, and Nathan's only at 15. So after Nathan takes one more hit here, I'm going to extract Nathan. I'm going to take out his clone bay. We're going to extract Nathan and leave the Rock to fight to kill those last 2 guys alone. Ooh, and extracted him into a vacuum. That's never a positive. I believe that Yaz should be able to finish off these 2 guys all by himself. And he does. And we got some swarm missiles. Again, not really useful, not a big fan, but hey, it's something we can sell off at a store, so that's always a positive. Let's go retrieve our lonely rock. Start charging up our heal bomb. In the meantime, we can go fix this. We're all healed. Our doors are almost fixed. He's still on fire. And let's go ahead and get out of here. Let's head down into these nebula sectors and see what we can find. So we go into Can secure the fuel or secure the ammunition. Definitely need the fuel right now. We only have 4 left. So, okay, relatively simple ship to board. We only need 1 shield to take care of his laser. We do want as much evasion as we can possibly get. So we're not going to need our heal bomb at all, so we're going to turn that off. We're not going to need our chain laser, so we'll turn that off. And that gives us just enough to be able to work him over. Missile whiffs. So we should be able to get out of this pretty nicely. We get 4 fuel out of it, so that definitely is something that we kind of needed. So let's see where this missile decides to hit us. Right in the teleporter. Just kind of annoys us, delays things. Get that heal bomb powered up now. And we got 102 scrap. So, you know, the magic number that I'm got in my head right now is 85, because that's what a defense drone is going to cost. And that's really what I want, because I really want to mitigate that missile damage, especially because I'm going to be boarding. So anything past that point, though, that's fair game to spend. So that means right now we have essentially 17 scrap plus whatever we have in sellables, and we've got, you know, a good 60 to 80 in sellables right now, maybe something like that. So we're sitting on 180 scrap. With that in mind, you know, let's go ahead and give ourselves a nice engine boost here. Give us a little more evasion. Let's see what we can find. Okay, so a tougher ship. It's got cloaking. Looks like a missile and 2 energy weapons. That might be a burst laser or dual lasers, maybe? So we're going to have to work on this ship a little bit before we board it. Yeah, that looks like dual lasers and a heavy ion and a missile launcher. So this is probably the toughest ship that we've seen so far. You know, actually there is really no reason to delay in boarding it, especially because if I board it I can guarantee more or less my hits by forcing his pilot to move. Okay, his first missile missed, and he missed with that shot, so I'm going to be able to throw 4 into his weapons here, and hopefully I can knock something out. So he hit up my weapons as well, but I knocked out the heavy ion. Let's go and help him repair. Actually, no, I'm not going to help him repair because I'm going to need to get my heal bomb going. So this is, well, I'm going to help him repair, but I am going to need the heal bomb up and running. I wonder how I took 3 ion damage. Did I miss something? Okay, so I'm going to have to kite here. So my heal bomb is charging a little more slowly than I would hope. So I'll just go up here and stall for time. Go hang out in here. Oof. On fire and fuego. Okay, so now let's go ahead and drop that heal bomb and finish these guys off. We get 11 scrap and a fire beam, but we did take a fair amount of damage on that one. A damage I would have preferred not to have taken. I always do that. I want to look around for, see where I'm going to jump to next while my crew's still waiting there. So, good thing they put that warning in, otherwise who knows what would happen. So, let's see. Felicity, you are going to live the life of danger and not get healed right now. And we will heal up everyone else. And let's see if we can find a store. No. So... Well, this doesn't look like it was actually a really good path to take after all, because I kind of locked myself in here because I hit this node. But this looks like a kind of a crappy layout anyhow. Let's go hit this and this. No, this one, and this one, and then the exit. And then maybe we'll waste some fuel and run back and forth to one of those sectors. Okay, so a Zoltan ship, we should be immune to this one. Doesn't have enough firepower to get past our shields, so we'll just use our weapons to chew through its Zoltan shield and then go ahead and board it, take out its clone bay. I wonder how people are doing in training up. Almost. A little far behind. How's my weapons guy doing? Not even. Well, we've lit it on fire. So that's about as thoroughly taken out as we're going to get. And those being Zoltans on fire, probably won't be a whole heck of a lot of them. Well, they're just going to stay there and repair it. Alright, well, we'll go kill them. Oops. And now, Felicity, we can heal you up. Still running kind of perilously low on both fuel and missiles here, even though we haven't needed anything except for the heal bombs. Could you imagine if we were still using the Artemis, how desperate our situation would be? We have 90 scrap. We got plenty of stuff that we can sell off, so let's go ahead and keep upgrading our ship. Let's get the next level of engines. Nothing in this sector. Oof, tough choice. Well, no. We actually have slightly less fuel than missiles, so we're not going to have to turn this one down. So what are we going to do here? I don't have 4 jumps left in me, so I'm going to have to go to the exit. I'll go to one of these beacons. Hopefully one of these beacons is a store, and then I'll go back to the exit and double back. You know, if he was giving me fuel, I might accept a bribe at this point, but he's not, so we're going to try and be a hero. That should be a really easy one to take out. A Zoltan and an Ingi. So, we'll probably kill him before he can even shoot us. We would if we had mantises. Okay, so 2 fuel. Oh, and an arms dealer. So, drone control, but doesn't have the drone. There's our defense drone. Okay, so We want to get our drone control, and we want to get our defense drone 1 here. A halberd beam would be really nice, but hey, so let's get rid of that fire beam, get rid of that swarm missile. Okay, so we're going to buy the drone control, sell off that system repair, and that should allow us to get a defense drone. Let's go sell that lock bomb, because what I want to do is I want to buy some fuel and fix myself up a bit. Okay, so we've got an okay setup of weapons. We have the heal bomb still that we are relying on for our health. And only 4 left, but you know, if we run out of heal bombs, we do have at least a somewhat competent setup of weapons, and we have the all-important defense drone to handle any missile ships, and our fuel is back to an okay state. There's another store out there, but we already kind of blew our wad, so we're going to go here, either one of these two, and then come back to the exit and depart. So let's go check this guy out. Another Zoltan ship. Don't like that flak gun. He's got a medical bay, so we're going to have to duke this one out. But it's not, I don't usually consider a flak gun worth it to launch a defense drone. So we're going to have to rely on our 4 engines and our 4 shields to defend us against that. So we're going to whittle his shields down a bit. And okay. And that just dinged my engineer. Yeah, so we got another boost in our evasion. Board him. He's got doors, but I'm not really worried about that. Board him up here. And we dodged another one. And we should be able to throw this burst into his med bay now. Although actually, let's take a shot at his weapons first, just for safety's sake. And we got him. And we still managed to avoid that, so at this point, you know, we're gonna throw another. I don't really even care if they heal up. Let's start taking out his shields. So we'll just throw this at his weapons. Let's go. We should be able to plow our way through these doors. Oh, well, maybe not. So one more. Well, let's take them one at a time. Hi guys. So we're gonna have to be a little careful, because when those Nathan's at 40 and these two guys are gonna do 30 hit points when they blow up, so need to be mighty careful with this. So we're gonna have Nathan make a break for it, and Yaz will take both of them out. Oh, and a really nice chunk of fuel, so that puts us into really good territory there. Get our heal bomb up. Turn our oxygen back on. We're healed, and we are ready to hit the exit. Yep. Might almost have been worth it to sell the slug repair gel for the Zoltan, but we were one ducat short, so we're not going to do that. So we're going to jump now. So we're going to have 2 green sectors in front of us, an NG controlled. It's the first one, and then these guys. Then we're going to finish up with essentially two red sectors. So with this in mind, you know, where are we right now? We have about where we would want to be in terms of our shields and our engines and our training as well. Would have been really nice to get that Zoltan shield, but that didn't happen. We've got a competent weapons setup. This is definitely enough to take out a 2 shield ship, or you know, even a 3 shield ship if we have enough to defend against whatever it's throwing at us. And certainly we have the ability to board, and our guys are, you know, getting up there in terms of level. We have got a defense drone, so we really don't have to worry about missile stuff from here on in, so long as we can keep our drone level up. It's kind of funny, you know, we've been boarding like crazy, and we've still gotten to the end of Sector 3 and only accumulated 6 drones. And I don't believe I have sold, maybe I traded some earlier, but, you know, it's pretty close to the total that I've accumulated. So very, very low, and I haven't been accumulating many missiles as well. But you know, that gives you a general idea of what you're going to be looking at with, you know, trying to get through the first couple sectors with the Slug B. So just as kind of a recap, you know, your weapons, since you're going to be boarding and you only have 1 guy left on your crew, guarding your weapons and guarding your shields by putting an extra point into them to prevent them from getting taken out by a 1-point damage shot is going to be very, very important. Knowing everything there is to know about hand-to-hand combat, how to switch your guys around, how to kite, how to kind of lure the pilot out of the pilot seat to drop that evasion to as low as possible to, you know, to guarantee your heel bomb or your Artemis as much as you can. Those are all critical things that you have to do. And also you need to know how to use the layout of the Slug B to essentially repel boarders by asphyxiating anybody who teleports into your ship. With this in mind, or these tips in mind, you usually can do okay with this ship. It's still a tough one, you know, especially if you get into a couple early lucky encounters. You know, ones that you know, before you can reinforce your systems, you decide to board and your shields get taken out, and he's got a drone, something like that, and then you're basically sitting there like a stealth fighter with no cloaking device. It happens. It's FTL, but using all of the tricks and strategies and how to manage 2 slugs as your primary boarders, if you can get that down, you can take advantage of the fact that you're going to get that extra scrap from boarding to build your ship up, you know, at the same rate that you would, say, build up a Mantis ship. Use that advantage of having the extra scrap early on to make up for the deficits that the ship starts out with. So I'm going to leave it here. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned a little bit about the Slug B and how to use it. And if you have any questions or comments, please let me know. Thanks a lot.